integrity and availability. Together they are called as the CIA triad. Confidentiality is the protection of information. Information means processed data is called information. That means it's a logical data. It is a refined data in the system so that an unauthorized person cannot access it. He cannot alter the data. He cannot modify the data. So integrity means that data or information in our system is maintained so that it is not modified or deleted by unauthorized parties. That is called integrity. Then availability is one of the three basics functions of security management that are present in all systems. You can access 24/7 services. Availability is one of the non-functional software requirements. Availability, integrity, confidentiality. These are the non-functional requirements of any software. Then see the information security, major three principles I have explained. Confidentiality, just keep in mind, protection of information. Integrity means unauthorized persons cannot modify or delete the data. Availability means the data or information presented in all the systems you can access 24/7 in a system or server or data center. That is called availability. These are the three important principles or components of information security. So three main principles we are using in this information security. Every element of the information security program must be designed to implement one or more of these principles. Together they are called as the CIA triad. Sir, why do we want to use CIA triad? It gives us a model. So model means simplified version of the reality in order to protect our sensitive and financial data information. So that's why we are using this information security components. Okay, so that is called CIA triad. It implements one or more of these principles. So confidentiality means protecting sensitive information from the unauthorized persons. Integrity means unauthorized persons cannot modify, cannot alter, cannot record the data. Availability means the data is present in all the systems in order to make 24/7 services. So that's why CIA triad and its importance for cyber security. So it is also known as, you can call it as CIA triad, okay, and the CIA triad essential in cyber security as it provides vital security features, helps in avoiding compliance issues, ensures business continuity and prevents reputational damage to the organization. That is called CIA triad. Okay. And if you see, the three letters in CIA triad stands for confidentiality, integrity and availability. So CIA triad is a common model. Model means simplified version of the reality that forms the basis for the development of security systems. Just keep in mind, cyber triad, simply you can call it as a common model. Model is a simplified version of the reality, keep in mind. So CIA triad are used for finding vulnerability. Sir, why do we want to use CIA triad? It is used to find vulnerabilities, malware, threats, cyber attacks, and cyber criminal activities and methods for creating solutions, etc. Cyber security aims to protect computers, networks, and software programs from such cyber attacks. So most of these digital attacks are aimed at accessing the data, altering the data, or deleting sensitive information, or extorting money from victims, or interrupting normal business operations. So those are the digital attacks, especially in cyber security. All these cyber attackers, malicious attackers, cyber criminals, they are performing such type of activities. So the components of information security are is CIA triad. It refers to an information security model made up of three main components. Yes. So in order to make information security model, we are using CIA triad. Each component represents a fundamental objective of information security. So each component, like confidentiality, integrity, availability. See here in the diagram, utility, authenticity, possession or control. Okay. So these are the various components and principles of information security. Utility means the way we are utilizing the data or information in a system or triad. Authenticity means if you are an authorized person, you can enter into the system, server, data center, you can alter the data, modify the data, you can control the data. That is called authenticity. Then possession or control. You are controlling the data. So types of information security, you can call it as, while information security can be of numerous types. The most commonly used in the IT sector, it includes application security, infrastructure security, cloud security, and cryptography. So what are the major types of information security? You can call it as application security. What are the applications you are using in the system, server or data center? Application security is a technique to protect applications. Maybe you are using bank related applications or apps in your mobile or system, like programming interfaces, application programming interfaces, that is called APIs, like packages or any libraries to stop and identify bugs and other intrusions in your applications. That is called application security. How you are providing security for the applications, that is called application security. See, second one is infrastructure security. Infrastructure is nothing but a collection of systems in a network, collection of servers in a network, and data center is called infrastructure. How you are providing security for a system, server, or a data center? It refers to machinery assets involving computers, communication systems, and cloud materials. Cloud materials is nothing but the backbone of cloud computing is data center. That data center stores a huge volume of data of any organization or any particular company. through internet we are accessing that data. That data is called cloud materials. So that is also comes under infrastructure security. Cryptography. Cryptography refers to the encryption of data to secure information. Yes. Cryptography is a mathematical mechanism in order to converting one form to another form by using encrypting and decrypting keys. That is called cryptography. Then what about the cloud? Cloud is nothing but internet-based technology. Cloud security issues like data security and host level security and network security. Cloud security is close to the application and infrastructure security, but it is mainly focused on cloud computing or cloud connected parts and data. Yes. Without internet, you cannot process any kind of data. So, cloud computing is a form of distributed computing. Cloud computing is an internet-based technology, pay and use. And cloud computing is an extension of grid computing. And cloud connected parts and data. There are various servers and systems are connected to the cloud data center or clouds like Amazon Cloud and MS Azure Cloud, Google Cloud, and see even Gmail. Gmail is the best consumer of cloud computing. The backbone of Gmail is a data center which is located at USA. So, how you are providing security for that Gmail server? That is called cloud security. Any doubts, my dear students? Is it clear? Can anyone respond?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So, if you see types of information, application security, just now I have explained how many applications you are using in your mobile, like bank related applications, education related applications, health related applications. Applications means apps. How you are protecting? Sometimes you are using antivirus softwares and you are protecting sensitive data on your mobile. So how you are providing security for the applications? Then data security. Data is raw material. Anything can be a data like audio data, video data, text data, graphics data, any kind of data. How you are providing data? How you are providing security for the data? Then network security. Network is a collection of interconnected between the systems, maybe local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. How you are providing security for the network data? Then cloud security, just now I have explained. If you are connected to the internet, so you are in a danger zone. Cloud security is nothing but internet-based technology. The backbone of cloud security is a data center. For that data center, how you are providing security? Then cryptography. Cryptography is a mathematical mechanism in order to converting one form to another form with the help of encryption and decryption keys. Infrastructure security may be systems, computers, data center, collection of servers at place is called data center, it is called infrastructure. How you are providing security for the infrastructure security? Instant response, if anything happened in the data center through cyber attacks, malicious attacks, cyber criminals, how you are immediately identifying and instant response you are taking in order to measure what type of cyber attack. Vulnerability management means how many viruses and malware information, errors, anything comes under vulnerability issues, viruses. How you are managing, that is called vulnerability management. How you are using antivirus software or firewalls, etc. Event logging and change monitoring. Whenever you are performing any event, means particular action you are performing in the system. Logging and log out, how you are taking that confidential information in order to enter into the system or data center. So these are the types of information security. Then see a few more types of information security. I have covered application security, cloud security, and infrastructure security, instance response, cryptography, and disaster recovery, vulnerability management. Yes. So these all are I have covered in this explanation of types of information security. And the 7 layers of information security. See, there are 7 layers: human layer, perimeter security, network security, endpoint security, application security, data security, mission critical assets. If you see the explanation of each layer of information security, see what is the meaning of mission critical assets? So this is data that is absolutely critical to protect. Like DRDO, ISRO data is so confidential, and who are government employees, they are protecting DRDO, ISRO sensitive data. This is data that is absolutely critical to protect. That is called mission critical assets. What about the data security? Data is nothing but raw material. Data may be audio, video, text, graphics, animation data. Is when there are security controls put in place to protect both the transfer and the storage of data. So suppose you are transferring the data from one system to server, server to system, system to system, server to server. Suppose you are storing the data. For that storage of data, how you are providing security. Then endpoint security. This layer of security makes sure that the endpoints of user devices are not exploited by breaches. Means end user means customers, peers, systems, computers. So we are using our own laptop or server or computer. So endpoint, how you are providing security. User devices are not exploited by the breaches. Breaches means some activity, cyber attack, cyber crime, cyber criminal activity, malware attacks, some malicious attack. So in a endpoint means end users, how you are protecting your data with help of security mechanisms. Application security, I have explained how many applications or apps you are using in your mobile or system or server, how you are going to provide security for that apps. It involves the security features that controls access to an application or app, and that application's access to your assets. So how you are providing security for the apps. Then network security. Network is a collection of interconnected between the systems or computers in the fashion of local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network. That is called how you are providing security maybe antivirus software or firewalls in the network level. Then perimeter security is nothing but this security layer ensures that both the physical and the digital security methods protect a business as a whole. So perimeter security, see how much area your data center or computer laboratory or DRDO office located. That much fencing you are doing, it is one kind of a perimeter security. The human layer, despite being known as the weakest link in the security chain. Suppose resigned employee, disgruntled employee, they are the biggest threat to leak sensitive information from the organization. So that is called the security. The human layer is very necessary layer. Okay. So with this one I am closing information security. What type of tools I am using in order to protect information in the system or server or data center? We are using Nmap. Okay. Network mapper, we can call it as a network mapper, used for audit information security. InfoSec means information security. Why we are using this Nmap? In order to protect information security or information security, you can call it. Okay. Nmap is a information security tool. It is used for audit information security. Kali Linux, it is also one of the information security. It is used for forensics and different types of security systems as well. So see, it is a flavor of Linux. Linux came from Unix. Unix is a multitasking operating system. Unix expansion is Uniflexed Information Computing System. Unix operating system is developed by Ken Thompson. The extension of Unix is Linux. Linux expansion is look into new version of Unix. Linux is developed by Linus Torvalds. He is a 16-year-old boy while playing internet games. He invented Linux operating system. Linux operating system flavors are Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux, Fedora Linux, Ubuntu and Kali Linux. Kali Linux especially used for forensics and different types of security systems as well. Next, NetSparker. It is one of the information security tool. It is used to find accurate vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities means malicious in information security. So it is used to find accurate vulnerabilities in information security. So what type of attack, what type of cyber crime is happened with the help of NetSparker. Okay, NetSparker, we are finding exactly what type of cyber attack or malicious attack. Then the fourth tool is social engineer tool. So it is an open source penetration testing. Testing, why we are doing? To eliminate the bugs. Whether my software is working properly or not, we are doing testing. Various types of testings we are doing. Penetration testing, white box testing, black box testing, unit testing, various kinds of testing frameworks designed for social engineering. So next one, last one is Metasploit. It is one of the information security InfoSec means information security. So it finds, you can call it as uh, what type of security activity happened, cyber attack or malicious attack. Okay. So next, technologies in information security. We are using firewalls. Firewall is a software in order to protect network level data or information. That is called firewalls. Authentication and authorization. If you are an authorized person, you are entering into cyber siksha training. If you are not authorized person, you are not entering into our cyber siksha training. That is example for authentication and authorization. Then encryption. Encryption is a technology in order to convert plain text to cipher text. That is called encryption. Data masking. So data masking is one of the technology. I am converting one form to another form. That is called data masking. Hardware based security means, so I am using one type of technology, maybe a server or computer or data center. Okay, so how you are physically protecting your server system and data center. So this technology will help us to protect our data or information. Data backup and resilience is one more technology for information security. How you are taking backup means 10 years data I would like to store in a system or server or system. And resilience, how strong the data is, how secure my data is called resilience. Then data erasure means how long I can protect this data. It's called data erasure. So with this one I am closing the theory session for information security, and only few students are subscribed my channel. Please, remaining students, if you are using mobile phone, please go to YouTube, and if you are using computer or laptop or mobile, just go to YouTube and type my name, Dr. Asadi Srinivasulu. So if you type my name, you will get it, my channel, and 91 videos I have uploaded. 91 videos I have uploaded. Whenever you are missing the class, you can listen those videos and keep on asking the queries. Any doubt you can ask, no problem, I am going to clarify. So with this one, information security is completed theory part with the practical explanation. And now I would, any queries? Any queries? Nayan, Manashwini, Veena, is it clear? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So who is going to explain second assignment topic? Please respond.
I will do it, sir.
Okay.
Priyanka.
Yeah, please share your. Yeah.
Yes,
Priyanka, please share your screen. Please listen, all the new candidates, please listen carefully. Because of you, I have given assignment 1, assignment 2 for old students. Now they are going to present their presentations, and new students, I have given 8 questions for new assignment. You also need to present for each topic 2 slides, that's all. Yeah.
Is my
Please
screen visible,
introduce.
sir?
Yeah, yeah. Priyanka, your screen is visible. Please
Okay, sir.
introduce yourself and you can explain from starting point. No problem. First
Okay,
slide
sir.
onward.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am Priyanka. Today I am going to explain about the three topics: network security, cryptography, and application security. First, network security definition is that network security is the operation of protecting data, applications, device, and system that are connected to the network. Here are needs to implement network security: tightening up vulnerabilities to reduce risk, controlling access to the network, monitoring traffic to spot attacks in progress,
Priyanka,
take action. Yes,
Priyanka,
sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, you can start with the introduction. First, cyber security.
Sir, the
Because
PPT is
in,
very lengthy, sir, so I took only three topics. I have done with that five topics earlier.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Please continue. I will explain. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Take action to stop an attack, reviewing data to identify past attacks that slipped through the net, and adjusting the security and monitoring system according to past experience. Here are some types of network security. Firewall protection. It is a software program or a hardware device that prevents unauthorized users. Next, intrusion detection and prevention, deployed behind the firewall to provide second layer of defense. Next, network access control. It controls access to your network. Cloud security protects online resources such as sensitive data applications. Virtual private networks is a software that protects users' identity by encrypting their data and masking their IP address. Next, data loss prevention is a tool implemented to ensure the endpoint users do, don't accidentally share their sensitive data. Endpoint protection. Endpoint security involves protecting all the endpoints such as laptop, tablets, smartphones. Next, UTM, that is Unified Threat Management. It is used in organization so that it can reduce cost of improve and manageability of network protection. Next, secure web data. Sorry, secure web gateway. This security technology prevents unauthorized network traffic from entering the internal network and protect users. Here are tools of network security: firewall, which blocks all unknown attacks at the boundary of the network; reverse firewall for data loss prevention; intrusion prevention systems catches anonymous behavior on the network that the firewall missed; VPN or edge service protects all on-site resources by channeling internet traffic through an external proxy server. Endpoint detection and response use endpoints as security monitoring station to identify malicious activity on the network. Next is cryptography. The definition is that cryptography in cybersecurity is the practice of encoding information in a way that makes it unreadable to everyone except the intended recipient. Crypt means it's hidden, graphy means writing. Here we have SHA 250 examples. The SHA 256, it means the secure hash algorithm with 256 bit used for cryptographic security, works by taking the digital input and convert it into seemingly random sequence of letters and numbers unknown as hash. Digital certificates are used to confirm the identity of individuals or organization by digitally signing data. Here we have tools and techniques. We have two types in cryptography, that is symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric is also called as secret key cryptography. In this, the same key is used to encrypt and decrypt data and share between users. It is used to safeguard local storage of sensitive data. Second one is asymmetric cryptography, used to safeguard the transmission of sensitive data across the public network. It is also called a public key cryptography because its user must have two keys. One is a public key and second is decrypts and encrypted data, and it is always private. Next, there are two methods here: encryption and decryption. Encryption is a process of using algorithm to convert binary data from one form to the another, accessible only by the specific key. How it works? An algorithm converts plain text into ciphertext, which can be converted back to the plain text with a cryptographic key. Next, decryption. Decryption, essentially reverse of encryption, uses cryptographic key that an algorithm, a user can decrypt sensitive data whether at last or in the transit. Here we have a block diagram. It shows that the encryption and decryption way. Here we have a plain text called hello. It is converted to the ciphertext. A ciphertext is a encrypted information that should be unreadable by unauthorized person or a computer. Later the ciphertext is again decrypted to the plain text. Next, here we have a term called as steganography. Let's see the comparison between steganography and cryptography. The steganography refers to the cover writing. Cryptography refers to the secret writing. Steganography is less popular than cryptography. Cryptography is more popular. Structure of steganography data remains same, and structure of cryptography data can be altered. Attack in steganography is termed as steg analysis, and attack in cryptography is termed as cryptanalysis. Steganography supports confidentiality and authentication. Cryptography supports confidentiality, authentication, data integrity, and non-repudiation. Steganography refers a parameter like key. Cryptography may not need any key. Next is application security. The definition says that application security is a practice of ensuring that application code is secure and protected against malicious attacks. Application security components. Identification. Identifying application security risk and threats. Assessment. Assessing the application's security architecture and configuration. Remediation. Determining and implementing corrective measures to reduce risk. Monitoring application activity for any changes and responding accordingly. Importance of application security, which is also called as AppSec. The development in technology and programming has made various applications available in different networks and are often connected to the cloud, which makes it highly vulnerable to threats of hackers. Therefore, the use of application security is inevitable and is a great way to keep the applications away from an unauthorized access. Businesses depend on this to protect vital data from being modified and stolen. Here are application tools. Runtime application self-protection provides personalized application protection based on insight into internal data. Software composition analysis, a process that automatically detects open source software in code to evaluate security, compliance, and quality. Static application security testing, a security testing method to analyze source code for vulnerabilities. Dynamic application security testing provides insight into how applications behave during production. Interactive application security testing used to analyze code during testing run by automation and human testers. Mobile application security testing products designed to identify vulnerabilities in application on mobile platforms. That's all from myself. Thank you.
Yeah, very good, Priyanka. You have explained a wonderful explanation. And next, who is going to explain from first topic to? Yeah. Yeah, please share your screen. Anaya, please share your screen from first topic to just explain because new students are there. Okay. Yeah, please share your screen. Yeah. Please introduce yourself. Yes, yes.
Very good morning to everybody. This is Pavita here, and I'm going to explain. Sir, I did those assignment 2 and 3, which you were doing yesterday.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Yes. 66. Okay, what is the 10 parameter?
Yeah. Cyber security. Definition.
Yeah.
Cybersecurity is the practice of defining computers, server, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. It's also known as information technology security or electronic information security. This tells about what a cybersecurity is and what and all we can use for that. And categories of cybersecurity are network security, application security, information security, operation security, disaster recovery, and business continuity and end user education.
Make it full screen, Pavitra. Yeah, full screen in the below. The below, yes, below. Yeah, same there in the below. That minus symbol is there. Make it full screen. Yeah, yes. But no, not that one. Come left. Yes. Make it full screen. Yes. No, that one only. Not that one. Yes. Make it full screen. Again. Same one. Why you are clicking? Below. Make it full screen. Below. Yes. Left side. Little bit. There itself. Make it full screen. Yes. Yeah. Below. Again, why you are moving that side?
So now my screen is full for me.
Click on the slide slow.
No, I can see the slide screen.
Oh, it's not full.
Not that one.
Just
Right
go to slideshow.
Yeah, right side. Come that right side. Yes.
Not there on the top window.
Yes, that one also click. Full screen. Yeah, make it full screen. Yes, click.
So can you see?
No.
No, because for my screen I can actually see it in a full screen. I don't know why.
That's what you just go to slideshow and begin from first.
Yeah. Or otherwise press F5. Press F5. Full screen. It's okay, no problem. Continue. Not this one. The above there is a slideshow. Above. Still above. Here slideshow is there.
There is home, insert, design. There you have a slideshow.
Here, yes. Click that. Yes.
From beginning.
Okay, currently
Yes.
another objection to based on cybersecurity.
You got it?
Tracking and hiring process. Are you interested?
Yes, still it is showing same small screen. Okay, no problem. Explain. Continue.
So in my system I can actually view it in full screen.
Because very small letters.
Based on cybersecurity.
That's why.
Full-time training and hiring process. Are you interested?
It's okay. You can continue.
Pavitra, you just increase the slide size in the bottom of the page. It is showing 68%. You can increase that.
Yeah.
It's completely free of cost, ready for 3 months, full-time online training. Are you interested?
Is this fine?
Shaista,
Yeah, it's okay.
next
You
month
can
Hyderabad
continue.
batch starting date ఏంటిది? నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ హైదరాబాద్ బ్యాచ్ స్టార్టింగ్ డేట్ ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ స్వాతి
Here,
సామకురాన్
types of cyber threats. Cyber threats will deal about cybercrime, cyber attacks, terrorism. Cyber threats are spread by malware functions such as viruses, trojans, botnet, where a single code of information, something is sent to the phone and will be unable to use the full devices for certain time. And then we have SQL injection, and we have phishing, farming, man in the middle attack, and denial of service attacks. So these all comes under cyber threats, which can be spread, and how the systems have been
Okay, what are
spread.
the percentages in 10 to 0?
Next, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, this is tools in cyber security. There are different kind of tools. That is, breach and attack simulation offers visibility across advanced infrastructure and gives real-time alerts. Cloud Access Security Broker, which monitors and manages cloud infrastructure and does spatial mapping, device profile,
Okay, so
and
the
detection
problem
and
that can
response
happen in the
software,
online application.
behavior detection, altering
If you are
administration and
qualified in the
threats,
test, then only I will
endpoint
go for
detection
focus
and
exam,
response,
okay?
where the address vulnerability
Okay, but you
associated
have
with
to get a
networks
medical
and
aptitude test. It will
managed
consider for
detection
focus
and
exam,
response
okay?
used for incident management
Okay,
and
fine. Thank
response.
you.
Techniques used in cybersecurity, graphic user interface, which is also known as GUI, for managing the security tool, central dashboard with control available and administration for configuration, hardware, software, or a cloud-based system for setup, access and maintenance, logs that offer visibility into system transition and an audit trail. Compatible with other security or network tools for integration purposes, individual tools are just one piece of the puzzle of what enterprises network requires. Python programming. Python is an object-oriented procedural programming language which is easy to learn. Hence, uh, hence the software engineers who are using Python, they doesn't need to learn in depth, or there is something we do not have to break our head in something, because Python gives us a short forms of definitions where it can be easily useful for us. And then in Python, it contains of built-in language features, standard libraries, integers, floats, character, double, etc. And then data type collections of set, tuples, arrays, lists, and dictionaries contains in it. Then it supports for general mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication. Supports for while loop statements, for while, and do while. Contains number odd libraries, packages, APIs, and keywords. It supports various string functions. Sorry. It supports various string functions like string copy, string compact, string str, etc. And Python also contains a function which is organized, and it will be
Okay, after
begin
this
with
assessment,
define or a keyword. So wherever any
right,
program
the
is being
question.
installed that is to keyword, we need
Okay,
to
I will
give a
waiting for
keyword
slide
so
now.
that it will make our work easy.
Okay, thank you.
Next we have Python classes. Under Python classes are they are one of the feature which makes this language more usable, as class is a collection of objects. Object is a physical entity or real-time entity. A class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which
Hello.
objects are created.
You are
Classes
taking
provide
video
a
and
means
recording
of
from Lightworks.
bundling data and functionality together.
I
The
am calling
syntax
from
is
Lightworks regarding
class
job
and the
opportunity.
class name. So whatever
Okay,
class
are
we
you
are
looking for
gonna give,
job
and
now?
the class name. For example, I'm giving class
Okay,
uh,
are you taking
uh,
any coaching?
Ashwita and the name int of Ashwita name,
Neha,
something
I'm asking,
like
are you
that.
taking any coaching?
And
Okay,
statement will
currently
be
we have an opportunity based on cyber security. It's completely full-time training and training project. Are you interested?
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
These are the tools in Python programming, that is PyCharm, IDE, which best Python IDE by mile, pick package, Python anywhere, Scikit, Learn, Siphons, Keras, Selenium, and Submile Tech. Selenium is something where the new technologies has been emerged, and all the needs have been coming out with that. And technologies used in Python are artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, web development. Under web, we have branch grow, pyramid, model, tornado, flask, web GUI development, scientific and numeric, software development, system administration. Now, characteristics of cloud computing. Computer networks. Computer network refers to interconnected computing devices that can exchange data and share resources with each other. These network devices use systems more or less called communication protocols to transmission information over physical or wireless technologies. The OSI models: application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. These are the major layers in which the OSI model works. And types of computer network are personal area network, local area network, wireless local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, storage area network, virtual private networks. There are the types of computer networks where various field has been operated, and also we have some advantages of computer network is to share information, increase the productivity and cost effectively, storage efficiency. Tools whatever we use in computer networks are ping. It helps us to determine two things, that is latency and packet loss. Trioclot is invaluable for telling us what network devices are between one point to another. IP conflict or if conflict. When we need to know the IP addresses of the host that we are working on, these are the utilizers to use. And NS lookup location the IP addresses associated with a domain name and checking to see the DNS. DNS means domain name system. Resolution is working for our host. VIOS will give us details about who has registered a Alcal domain name and often includes contact details for the registrar. NetStart. The utility is especially helpful on servers or hosts that run their own firewalls like SQL Server or Apache. Subnet and IP calculator, web IP calculators and IP scanners. Being able to scan an entire subnet enables us to find IP addresses or devices. Computer network technologies. Again here, the technologies are being used under artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotic process automation, edge computing, quantum computing, visual reality and augmented reality, blockchain, Internet of Things, 5G and big data analytics. Cloud computing. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing service include cache storage, database, network, software, analytics and intelligence over the internet to offer faster innovation, flexible resources and economic of scale. And there are different types of cloud computing, that is public, private, community and hybrid. There are the four, where public can be used by all the people, single server and many connections. Private is used only for the particular member, where only the particular company or particular people will be able to use. And community where the people who can be relatable by public or private can be used for certain period. And hybrid, we have the mixture of all the three. So all the people who can be able to access the cloud can be using that. And then we have different type of services that cloud provides us, that is SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. SaaS is software as a service, platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. We also have another one that is known as XaaS, anything as a service. Anything is known as the information, so any data will be given as the information for us. Next, we have tools in cloud computing. Cloud Cost Intelligence Platform, that is SaaS. Amazon Web Services, which is used for infrastructure. Google App Engine, Cloud Application Platform. CloudStor, Cloud Migration Tool. Lacework, Cloud Security Tool. Kubernetes, Container Orchestration and Management. Ansible, Cloud Infrastructure Automation. Symantec, Cloud Monitoring Service. Service Analytics, Big Data and Analytics Tools. PagerDuty, Incident Response Tool. Technologies in cloud computing, that is virtualization. Virtualization is the process of creating a virtual environment to run multiple applications and operating system on the same server. Server Service oriented architecture, SOA. Service oriented architecture allows organization to access on demand cloud based computing solution according to the change of business needs. Grid computing. Grid computing is also known as distributed computing. It is a processor architecture that contains various different computing resources from multiple locations to achieve a common goal. Utility computing. Utility computing is that it reduces the IT cost, provides greater flexible and easier to manage. Next, information security, where it protects sensitivity of information from unauthorized activities, including inspection, modification, regarding, and disruption or destruction. The goal is to ensure the safety and privacy of critical data such as customer account details, financial data, or intellectual property. Principles of information security are CIA triad, that is confidentiality, integrity, availability. Other than these, we have non-repudiation, authentication, accountability are the other principles. Threats to information security are software attacks, for example, malware. Like in information security, it is not only about the securing information from unauthorized access. Information security is basically the practice of preventing unauthorized access, that is use, disclosure, disruption, modification, inspection, recording or destruction of information. Information can be physical or electronic one. The information can be anything like your details, own can say your phone on social media, your data in mobile phone, your biometric, etc. Thus, information security spans so many research areas like cryptography, mobile computing, cyber forensics, online, social media. Tools in information security are Nmap, used for audit InfoSec, Kali Linux, used for forensics and different types of security systems as well, NetSparker, used to find accurate vulnerability in InfoSec, Social Engineer Toolkit, and Metasploit, that is used for cyber attacks in InfoSec. Technologies in information security are firewalls, authentication and authorization, encryption, data masking, hardware-based security, data backup and reliance, data erasure. Next, network security. Network security is any activity designed to protect the usability and integrity of your network and data. It includes both hardware and the software technologies, where it targets a variety of threats. It stops them from entering or spreading on your network. Effective network security manages access the network. These are the tools in types of network security are firewalls, email security, antivirus and anti-malware software, network segmentation, access control, application security, behavior, analytic data, data loss and prevention, intrusion prevention, mobile security, VPN, and web security. Tools in network security are Wireshark, open source network protocol analyzer, which it captures the real-time data, and Nextpost, which provides real-time information about vulnerability and threats. Splunk, used for network security monitoring. Nagios, monitor host system and network. Tor, helps to ensure privacy of users while using internet. Metasploit, it is security software that contains various tools for executing penetrating testing services. Next, Kali Linux. It is also a penetrating testing tool used to scan IT systems and network vulnerabilities. Snort is an open source network security tool used to scan networks and prevent an unauthorized activity in the network. Next, ForcePoint. ForcePoint is a cloud-based security solution and is used to define network security, restrict users from accessing specific content, and block various items. to hack or get your organization
Sure,
information.
what the possibilities in terms of this? What the possibilities in terms of
Next we have network security technologies. We use intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, biometrics, firewall authentication, encryption and tokens, AI/ML, artificial intelligence or machine learning, IoT and cloud security. This is application security, where application security is the process of developing, adding and testing security features within application to prevent security vulnerability against threats such as unauthorized access and modification. Application security features or different types are authentication, authorization, encryption, logging, application security testing. There are the types of application security. Next, we have tools which have been used in application security are static application security testing, dynamic application security testing, origin analysis or software composition analysis, database security scanning, interactive application security testing, and hybrid tools, mobile application security testing, application security testing as a service, correlation tools, test coverage analysis, application security testing, orchestration. Okay, next we have 15 application security best practices. These are the way like which we can practice the application to adopt a data source approach, implement a secure SDLC management process, address open source vulnerability, automate, be aware of your own assets, risk management, security training for developers, manage contains properly and limit user access to data, adapt and patch regularly, ensure access to log data, encrypt your data, use fingerprint, ensure accurate input validation, aim for permanent fixes. By doing all these practices, we'll be able to tell that if the data is secured in certain way or we can maintain it in a secured process. Next we have cryptography. A cryptography or cryptology is the practice and study of techniques for secure communication in the presence of adversarial behavior. More generally, cryptography is about constructing and analyzing protocols that prevent third parties or the public from reading private messages. Types of cryptography: we have secret key cryptography, public key cryptography, and hash functions. Yeah. There are 5 principles of cryptography, that is confidentiality, that keeps communication private, integrity, detect unauthorized alteration or to communication, authentication, confirm identity of sender, authorization, establish level of access for trusted parties, non-repudiation, prove that communication was received. Tools we use in cryptography are firewalls, antivirus software, anti-spyware software, password management software. There are many tools, but still all this can be find major importantly. Next, techniques used in cryptography. Under cryptography, we have encryption and decryption. Under encryption, we have AES, that is Advanced Encryption Standard. It is a trusted standard algorithm used by the United States government as well as the other organizations. Triple DES is Data Encryption Standard. RSA, Reversed Shamir Edelman, Blowfish, and Twofish. So by this I will end my slides now.
Yeah, very good. Next participant, Nayan. Yeah, please share your screen.
Hello.
Yeah, make it full screen. Introduce yourself. New students are also there. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, please explain, start. Explanation.
Thanks for explaining this class.
Yeah, you can explain from first slide onwards. No problem.
No, but it will take a long time because it is 33 or 34.
No, make it fast because all students can listen.
So I will just say the definitions of the first six
Yeah,
topics
yeah.
and the last topics in detail.
Okay.
Hello everyone and good afternoon. I'm Naim Palani and today I'm going to explain the topics of the cybersecurity. First topic that we have already explained is the cybersecurity. The definition of cybersecurity is as cybersecurity is the practice of the defending computers, servers, mobile devices, and the electronic systems, and the networks and data from malicious attacks. Means, the malicious attacks are those one that hacker will uh, do to thief the data from the servers, and it's also as the information technology security or the electronic information security, and these are the hello.
Yeah, please explain.
So this is the definition of the cybersecurity. Then the
Yeah.
categories of the cybersecurity are as follows: that network security, application security, information security, operation security, disaster recovery and business continuity, and end user education. These are the some categories in which the cybersecurity will come up into picture. Then the types of cyber threats that cybersecurity faces, those are the cyber crimes, the cyber attacks, and cyber terrorism. In all the in all the data is the main part which hacker wants to thief. Then next, how the cyber attacks spread the above threats, that is crimes, attacks, and the terrorisms. Then the hacker or the attacker uses the malwares called viruses, trojans, or botnet, etc., and they can attack on the data of the organization. Then maybe they use the SQL injection, that is a structure query language injection, and they can able to modify the data. Then the phishing where the data can be accessed. Farming is one of the branch where the attacker can able to make the duplicate websites, and and he will he will thief the data. Then man in middle attack and the denial of service attack. These are the some things that a cyber attacker spreads the threat in cyber. The next, cyber safety tips. How we can save our data means we have to update our systems, softwares, and the operating systems, and we have to use the antivirus softwares and the strong passwords. Then we should not click on the links and the mails which are come from the unknown senders, and we have to avoid the unknown networks. The next tools that are used in cybersecurity are rich and attack simulation tool, which offers the visibility across the advanced infrastructure, and it gives the real-time alerts. Then next is the cloud access security broker, which monitors and manages the cloud infrastructure. Next, the detection and response software, which detects the behavior of the administrators and threats. Then endpoint detection and response addresses the vulnerabilities of the network. Then manage and detection response uses the incident management and the responses of the cyber. These are the technologies that are used in a cybersecurity. Those are the graphic user interfaces, that is GUI, models which manages the different types of the security tools. Then the central dashboard with the control available, which monitors and administrates the configurations surrounding the networks. Then hardware and softwares and the cloud-based systems which setups and access of the data maintenance. Then log files are used for the visibility of the transaction into the systems. Then the compatible with other security or the network tools which are integration purposes, which are used for the integration purposes. Then the individual tools are just the one piece of the puzzle which are used by the enterprises for the network requirements. Topic is the Python programming. The Python programming is the object-oriented and the procedural programming language, and it is easy to learn as well as use also. Hence, it is used in a various fields nowadays, and it is contains built-in language features and the standard libraries in it, and it also has the different types of data types like integer, floating point, then the character and the double, etc. Then it contains the collection of set, tuples, arrays, lists, and the dictionaries, which makes it very easy. Then it supports the general mathematical operations called addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divisions. Then it supports the looping statements like for and while loop. Then it contains libraries, different packages in it, and APIs and the keywords. And it supports the various string functions like string length, string copy, string comparison, and the string etc. Then Python contains the functions which is organized and reusable block of codes, and it is begin with the diff keyword, and it helps to reuse the block of code and decrease the length of the programs. The main feature that is used in Python is the Python classes, and those are one of the features which makes this language more usable. The class is a collection of objects, and the object is a physical entity or the real-time entity that is taken for the programming purposes. Then a class is a user-defined blueprint or the prototype from which the objects are created, and it provides the means of bundling the data and the functionality together. The class has a syntax as a class as a keyword and followed by class name. Then the statements and the objects are defined inside this class data. These are some tools, that is Python, IDEs, pipe packages, Python anywheres, then scikit-learns, Spinix, Keras, Seleniums, and the Sublime Text. And there are many more apart from these also uses for the Python programming. Then the technologies that use Python, those are artificial intelligence and machine learning are one of the major technologies that uses the Python. Then deep learning, web development, GUI development, then scientific and Greek identification, and software development and system administration. These are the technologies that uses Python vastly. Next topic is a computer networks. Computer network is defined as it refers to the interconnected computing devices which can be exchange data and share the resources with each other. And these network devices use a system of rules called the communication protocols, and it uses to transmit the information over the physical or the wireless technologies. Computer network works on a 7-layer OSI model called layers are as physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. The first three layers, that is physical layer, physical, data link, and network. These are the hardware related layers. Then the transport layer is called the heart of the networks, and which is actually responsible for the encryption and decryption of the data. Then the last three layers, that is session, presentation, and application, these are the software related layers, which helps to keep the data transaction encrypted. These are the types of the computer networks. The PAN called personal area network, local area network, which are locally situated, wireless local area network, which is a type of local area network, but it is wireless. For example, Wi-Fi. Then the metropolitan area network, which is which has more area covered than the local area network. Then the wide area network, which covers the most of the area more than the local area network. Then the storage area network is one of the network which are used for the storage purposes or storing the data. Then the virtual private network. These are some of the types of networks. And the advantages is using the computer network is it helps to share the information effortlessly, and it also increases the productivity and the efficiency of the network. Then it is cost effectiveness. Then it is flexible and contains the storage efficiency, and data is secure by using the computer network. Then the tools that use in computer network are the ping and trace group, IP configuration, NS lookups, quiz, netstat, subnet and IP calculators, and IP scanners. These are the tools. Those are used in the computer network for, and these are helps in a different ways, like using the packets, and it also helps to that which network we are communicating. Then again, the different IP configurations, those are transmitting over the network. Then how much utility we are using from the servers and the networks. So know these all information about the network transactions. We use these all tools. Then the technologies are the machine learning technology, robotics, process automations, edge computing technology, quantum computing, virtual reality, and the augmented reality, blockchain, Internet of Things, 5G technology, and the big data analytics. These are the major technologies that are used by the computer networks. The next topic is the cloud computing. The cloud computing is the delivery of the computing services, and it includes the servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares, analytics, and the intelligence, the internet. That is the over the cloud, and it offers the faster innovation and flexible resources and economies of the scale, and it helps to store the data in an efficient way. There are four major types of the clouds called the public, private, community, and hybrid. Public is the one where anyone can be use this cloud access the data. Private is the one which is related to the particular person or the organization. Only can be able to access the data. Community cloud is the one where the number of organizations come together to form a community, and only those can be able to access the data. Hybrid is the one where the above three can be combined and form cloud and used by the organizations or particular person. The cloud services, those cloud offers are the SaaS, called software as a service, PaaS, called platform as a service, and IaaS, which is
infrastructure as a service. Next these are the characteristics of the cloud computing. Why that is why we should use the cloud computing, because it gives the on-demand self-services, then the resource pooling, the scalability, and the rapid elasticity it contains, and then it services the major services actually which are important for the computer networks and the storage of the data. Then it is more secure than the other storing data in other places. The cloud is more secure. Then why we should use the cloud computing? Because cloud computing allows to access the resources, data, services, and the applications anywhere you, or as long as you are connected to the internet. If you are not connected to the internet, also some tools and the techniques will allow you to access the cloud whenever needed. This is the major application which makes cloud computing use in a various or different ways. Then the examples of the clouds, those are the famous clouds called AWS, that is Amazon Web Service Cloud, then the Google Cloud, then the Dropboxes, then HubSpots, then Microsoft Azure, then IBM Cloud, and Oracle Cloud, etc. are the famous clouds which are used. Tools in cloud computing are Cloud Zero, Amazon Web Services, which is one of the infrastructure as a service tool. Then the Google App Engines, Clouds for Works, Kubernetes, Ansible, Thematic, CVS Analytics, and Pager Duties. And these are the tools which are used to cloud, using the cloud easy and simple. Cloud computing technologies are the virtualization technology, and the virtualization is the process of creating a virtual environment, and it is used to run the multiple applications and the operating system usually on the same server. Then the service-oriented architecture is the one which allows the application to access the on-demand cloud-based computing, and whenever or wherever we are, we can able to use the data which is stored in the cloud. Then grid computing is also known as a distributed computing program, and it is a processor architecture that combines the various different computing resources and from the multiple locations to achieve the common goal. So the utility computing is one of the technology used by the cloud computing, and is that which is reduced the IT cost, and it provides the flexibility and easy to manage the data inside the cloud. Then the next topic is information security. The information security is the field that protects the sensitive information from the unauthorized activities, including the inspections, modifications, recording, and any disruption or the disruptions. The goal of the information security is to achieve the ensure and safety of the privacy and the critical data such as the customer account details, financial data, or the intellectual property. The principles on which the information security works is called the CIA triad, which is the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. The other than these, the non-repudiation, authenticity, and the accountability are the other principles which use the information security for the secure transaction of the threats of the information security are the threats, those are the attack the information by the hackers or the any other persons. Then the software attacks can be done on the information or the malware attacks like viruses, trojans, or etc. So the information security is not only about the securing information from the unauthorized access. It is basically the practice of the preventing unauthorized access, and it uses disclosures, disruption, and the modification, information, inspections, recordings, and the destructions of the information. The information can be physical or electronic. one. Then it can be anything like your details, or we can say their your profile on the social media also. One of the information about your data, mobile, or your biometrics, etc. These information can be secured using the information security, and the information security spans so many research areas also like cryptographic area, biocomputing, cyber forensics, and online social media access. There are some tools regarding the security, that is Nmaps, which is used for audit the infosec or mapping the information. And the Kali Linux NetSparks, that is used for the forensic of the security or the detection and the vulnerabilities. Then social engineering toolkit and the metasploit, that the tools which are used for the cyber attacks in InfoSec. Technologies, that is firewalls, authentication and authorization technology, encryption, data masking, hardware-based security, data backup resilience, and data erasers. These are the technologies which are used in information security to secure the information. Next topic is the network security. The network security is any activity which is designed to protect the usability and the integrity of your network or a data. The network security includes the both hardware and the software technologies. Then it targets a variety of threats. Then it stops them from entering or spreading on your computer. Then the network security is effective to manage and access the networks safely and securely. Then there are the types of network security. Like firewalls are used for the security, which is the in between the external and the internal network, and it helps for the unauthorized access of data. Then the email security for our email message, secure our email messages. Then we use the antivirus and anti-malware softwares in our computers for keep secure our network. Then the network segmentations, then access control tools, then application securities, then behavioral analytics, then data loss and preventions, then intrusion prevention systems, file security, VPN, and between the virtual private network, network security. These are the types of the network security. The tools which used in a network security are Wireshark tool, is an open source network protocol analyzer, and it captures the real-time data. Then the next course which provided the real-time information about the vulnerabilities or the threats inside the networks. Then the Splunk, it is a security monitoring tool. Then Nagios, which is a host system and network monitoring tool. Then Tor, which helps to ensure the privacy of the user. Then Metasploit and Kali Linux are the softwares for the penetrating testing and the services and the vulnerabilities also. The Snort is the source network security tool. It scans the network and prevents the unauthorized activities. Then the Forcepoint is a cloud-based security solution and is used to define the network security. It restricts the users from accessing the specific content and block the various attempts to hack or get your organization's information. Then the network security technologies are intrusion detection systems, intrusion prevention systems, biometrics, firewall authentications, then encryption and tokens, then the artificial intelligence and the machine learning, the Internet of Things, and the cloud security. These are the major fields which uses the network security. Then the new topic, that is application security. The application security is defined as it aims to protect the software applications, code, and the data against cyber threats. You can also be able to apply the application security during all phases of the development, including design, development, and the deployment in the SDLC lifecycle. Then application security introduce the security standards and tools during design and application development phases. For example, it includes the vulnerabilities scanning during early development. The application security also implement the security procedures and systems to protect the application in production environments. For example, it performs the continuous security testing. Then it implements the strong authentication for applications that contain the sensitive data or are mission, which are the critical missions data. Then it use the security systems such as the firewalls, web application firewalls, and the intrusion prevention systems. There are the three types of application security called the web application security, API security, and cloud native application security. The web application security is the one where the software that runs on a web server and is accessible via the internet. That is the HTTPS, ODFS, SSD, and firewall are the one which are comes under the web application security. The HTTP, that is the hypertext transfer protocol, and S stands for the security, and that comes under the application security. Then API security is the one where the application programming interfaces and these APIs are growing in importance. They are the basis of modern microservices application, and an entire API economy has emerged which allows the organizations to share the data and access software functionalities created by others. The APIs are nowadays in all fields, and it is one of the applications type. Next type is a cloud native application security. The cloud native applications are applications built in microservices architectures using the technologies like virtual machines, container, and serverless platform. The cloud native security is a complex challenge because cloud native applications have a large number of moving parts and components which are tend to be ephemeral, frequently torn down and replaced by others. This makes it difficult to gain the visibility over the cloud native environment and ensure all components are so these are the application security type. Then the tools that in application security are one is a Veracode. Veracode is an application security platform that performs the five types of analysis like a static analysis, dynamic analysis, functional composition analysis, interactive application security testing, and penetration testing. So Veracode is one of the most important tool that is used in application security, and it helps to test and detect all type of threats that are maybe caused on a data or a security. Then next is a GitLab. GitLab is one of the application security tool, and it is used to complete. It is a complete open source DevOps platform, and it delivered as a single application and fundamentally changing the way of the development, security, and operations teams collaborate and build in software. So it is a GitLab tool. Next is Qualys Cloud Platform. The Qualys Cloud Platform, that is formerly QualiGuard from San Francisco-based Qualys, is a network security and the vulnerability management software which is featuring app scanning and security. It also helps network device mapping and detection of the vulnerabilities. Then Git Guardian internal monitoring is one of the application security tools which which helps to monitoring the internal system, and organizations detect and fix the vulnerabilities in source code at every step of the software development life cycle by using the Git Guardian internal monitoring. Next are the technologies that are used in application security, like web application firewalls, which are used to prevent the attacks with world-class analysis of web traffic your, to your applications. The next technology is runtime application self-protection. That is the real-time attack detection and prevention from your application runtime environment goes wherever your application open. So it is a real-time attack detection technique. So the API security technology, which automates the API protection, ensures your API endpoints are protected as they are published. It helps to shielding your applications from the exploitations. The next technology is advanced code protection, which helps to prevent the business logic attacks from all access points called websites, mobile apps, or the APIs. The cross protection is a block attack traffic at the edge to ensure the business continuity with a guaranteed uptime and no performance impact will happen on a security, on a application security. The next technology is the attack analytics, which ensures the complete visibility with the machine learning and the domain expertise across the application security and staff to reveal the patterns in the noise and detect the application attacks, which enables you to isolate and prevent attack campaigns. So the last one is a client-side protection, which gain the visibility and the control over the third-party JavaScript code, which reduces the risk of supply chain and frauds, and it prevents the data breaches and client-side attacks. So these are some technologies that used in application security. The last topic is the cryptography. Cryptography is a technique of the securing information and the communication through use of the codes so that only those persons for whom the information is intended can understand it and process it, thus the preventing unauthorized access to information. The prefix crypt means the hidden and the suffix graphy means the writing. It is called hidden writing means the cryptography. So the cryptography has the features called the confidentiality, integrity, non-repudiation, and the authenticity. These are the features on which the cryptography works. There are the three types of cryptography called the symmetric key cryptography, hash function cryptography, and the asymmetric key cryptography. The symmetric key cryptography, it is an encryption system where the sender and the receiver of a message use a single common key to encrypt as well as decrypt the messages. The symmetric key systems are the faster and the simpler, but the problem is that the sender and the receiver have somehow exchanged key in a secure manner. The most popular symmetric key cryptography systems are DES and AES. That is the data encryption standards and the application encryption standards, etc. So the next type of cryptography is a hash function cryptography. There is no usage of any key in this type of algorithms. A hash value with fixed length is calculated as per the plain text, which makes it impossible for contents of plain text to be recovered. If attacker attacks also, then also is not able to recover the plain text by using the hash function. So the many operating systems use the hash functions to encrypt the passwords, etc. So the last type is a asymmetric key cryptography. Under this type of system, a pair of keys is used to encrypt and decrypt the information. A public key is used for the encryption and the private key is used for the decryption of the message or the plain text. The public key and the private key are the different ones, and even if the public key is known by everyone, the intended receiver can only decode it because he alone knows the private key, and hence it is one of the mostly used cryptography system. that is asymmetric cryptography, that is RSA algorithm is used, which is one of the asymmetric cryptography algorithm, and it is more secure also. Tools used in cryptography are the security tokens. A security token is a physical device that holds the information that authenticates a person's identity. If it identifies the person is only one which receives the which want to receive the information is authorized person, only the security tokens will send the message, otherwise it will not allow allow the recovery of the messages. This is one. Then the key based authentication is other tool, and it is a asymmetric algorithm which is to confirm a client's identity and can be an effective substitute for using the passwords to verify a client. Means key based authentication helps that is client, because the client will use the passwords, but the hacker may be able to hack the password. But if he is using the key based authentication, then the hacker may not be able to hack the system, or he will not able to read the message which is sent by the sender. The next tool is the Docker tool, and Docker are the containers, and these are which able to secure the information, or it will store the information and which is secure. So Dockers are used to store the information. So this is a tool which is used in cryptography. Then the Java cryptographic architecture is one of the, and it contains the APIs that handles the security functions, and it includes the encryption, managing the keys, generating random numbers securely, and validating the certificates. If the certificate is validated authorizedly, then only the messages will be recovered, otherwise it will not allow to recover the message. The next tool is the sign tool, and sign tool allows the software developers to certify that the code they developed is theirs only, and that is not, and that it has not been tampered with since it was published. So the sign tool helps only developer to modify the or to update the code that he developed. Otherwise, no one will able to tamper the. Is a technology used in cryptography, that is a quantum computer and the cryptography technology. This is the cryptography, that is the emerging technology of the quantum computing, which promises the great leaps in the power and the speed, and it is one of the recent technology which is used in cryptography widely. Then next technology is the cloud computing technology, uses the cryptography majorly, because when the company stores data on someone else's server, such as in a public cloud, the company loses its control over the securing the data. So to solve that problem, some companies encrypt the data before storing it in the cloud system, and the cryptography helps to do it. So this is cloud computing. So next technology is blockchain technology. So this is one of the technology where the companies uses and companies have deployed blockchains technologies to secure the transaction with the customers, as well as for storing the data such as the medical records, etc. So these are the emerging technologies nowadays. Those uses the cryptography. But apart from these technologies, nowadays everywhere the cryptography is used, because the data is not secure, hacking and taking the data from. So that's why the cryptography majorly nowadays used in everywhere. That's it from
Yeah,
my side.
yeah. Nayan, this is a very good vast explanation. And tomorrow I am going to explain for newcomers from first topic and second topic and third and fourth. I will revise all the 4 topics. Please present tomorrow. and the remainings be ready after my explanation. You will be ready for your explanation. So that's all for today's presentation, and tomorrow we will meet with first topic onwards. I will revise all the topics. Thank you.
Okay, you can leave the session now.